Yeah, I've placed a bet on Frosinone to win. I did it pretty much. It was at 2.07
Yeah.
odds. I see they're killing it now. I don't know. This Juve Stabia team was. Oh, anyway, okay, we're on air. So, welcome to the very first episode of Tuesday's Upset Forecast, powered by Bookmakers.bet.
Every Tuesday, we break down sharp betting angles across football, basketball, and the NFL. 4 full picks, 5 rapid-fire predictions, all in less than 30 minutes.
And don't think that because we just started creating a podcast, we came here yesterday. We have been here for 10 years. Our world famous betting portal in bookmakers.bet. You can follow us on X, you can follow us on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. You will find all the links in the description. So, let's introduce ourselves a bit. My name is Dimitris Pappas. I am the editor in chief of bookmakers.bet. I have been doing this, way too long. I have some big wins. I've had some hard losses. Well, sometimes the hard losses are harder than the big wins, but
Yeah.
it's just a drill. And my man, the betting expert, Lord BLT himself, Mr. Brad Thomas.
Yeah. So, man, about me, I think what I love to say about myself is I started as a degenerate. I was like 14, maybe 13 years old when I started learning about sports betting. I was betting $2 a game, and I would go. Funny enough, since I don't bet baseball as much anymore, I would go down the slate of every single baseball game every day and bet $2 on a game every single one. Now, obviously, I've grown into being a full-time sports betting analyst. Like you just said, right? Sometimes the tough losses are more impactful or hurtful or more memorable than the big wins. But my goal is never to sweat the losses because we're going to win so much and so frequently that it will overshadow any bad that happens. And that's always consistently my goal is to just win. When you lose, it's just a learning opportunity because all I want to focus on is winning.
Well, I like very much the fact that we're going hard into human nature from episode one. We have the whole season to do it. I totally agree. The hard losses are what define a better. I went
Yep.
even further right here.
It's,
So I
I
guess
want to say something,
I
right?
guess it's
Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
of
think as
course.
we do this show, I think the audience is going to realize that it's great that we have two different personalities, and I think we're going to have two different betting strategies. So I'm excited for this new beginning for us, and I'm excited where both of us we kind of blend our personalities together and create a rockin' show.
Well, to begin with, I have a European way of betting, while you have an American one. So I guess it
Very
will be
true.
exciting for the listeners. Listeners, they will realize what happens as the show goes on. Also, we almost never agree fully. We've never done and we'll never do, I guess, which is why this show might actually work. Uh, all right, I guess we can go into episode one now. People can learn more things about us as the show unravels. Let's get into the full breakdowns and then the lightning picks.
Listen,
Brad, stage is yours.
I am stoked because I'm going to deliver the first one. The stage is mine to talk some footy, and we're talking Champions League. Inter Milan versus Liverpool. And I'm going to be quite frank here. This bet is going to be scary from the beginning, but I have to take it. And that's both teams to score in over 2.5 goals, minus 106 on the American odds. I have to take it. It's not because I think the history between these two clubs just breeds goals, right? They've played each other twice in their history, and that was only back in 2022, at the most recent, excuse me. And those were stale, very stalemates. But now, difference in philosophy, difference in managerial style, honestly, a difference in the back lines of both teams. First, let's start with Liverpool. What we've seen consistently from this Liverpool side is a lack of defensive awareness. You have Virgil van Dijk on that back line, and there's times he's looking at the other players on that back line saying, "What are you doing?" And what that's happened is it's led to them conceding a lot of goals. And, sometimes I get kind of worried that they conceded more goals, 1.88 away from Anfield, than the XGA, expected goals allowed, number at 1.3. But I don't care because it's bad positioning and bad man marking, which leads to the bad goals. I think Inter will be able to score one, if not two, against Liverpool. But Inter Milan have their own issues in their own right. Where if you look at Inter Milan, how they play with these two wing backs that play out wide and get really deep up the pitch. Sometimes Bastoni is also allowed freedom to get up to the pitch. And then they'll play with one man playing back as the sweeper, right? Good in theory. And it's been effective. They've been dominant at home specifically. But when you play against a team like Liverpool who still have the ability to counter very well, you could be susceptible to goals. But I also don't think Liverpool are just going to concede 65, 60% of the possession. So they're going to get up their shots as well, which allows opportunities for them to score. I think that this match has 2-1, 2-2, 3-2 written all over it. And so why would I not take 1.98 on the decimal odd price for Liverpool and Inter Milan to go over 2.5 while both teams score?
Well, you really think that this is going to be an open game,
Oh, yeah.
don't you?
Yeah, I
Uh,
do.
okay, I can see that both teams can score and over two goals combo. At the same time, I'm a bit afraid, that Inter are going to be very tight into the way that they will face Liverpool. They will deal with Liverpool's offense. They're, one if there's one good thing with Liverpool right now, it's their offense. I think it's the only one
Yeah.
because you've seen how easy they concede goals in the back. And I think if Inter is out to win the game and solidify their place in the top eight, they have to really, really tighten up their defense. Uh, okay, you know what? I'll take it. I'll take it as well. I cannot say I disagree
Yep.
with your pick. And you know what? I would like to spice things up a bit and trick you a little bit at the same
Okay.
time.
Okay.
I have a pick of my own from the same game. You see what we did there?
Yeah.
Okay, we're not used to it, but right now we have to. So I'm taking in the same match Inter Milan to win. Let me tell you why. First of all, the average odds on trusted bookies for Inter to win is 2.2. I will not read any American odds because I pretty much suck at it. You can excuse me on that, but I cannot see past Inter winning this match. And I'm saying, with a lot of pain in my heart because I'm a huge Liverpool fan. That's a spoiler right there.
Oh, wow.
I watched Liverpool against Leeds. I watched Liverpool against Sunderland. But you know what? I've watched Liverpool winning only one of their last six, which is terrible. And we're talking about an Inter squad that it is very strong at the same time. They have only one loss in the last 9 games in all competitions, and that one lucky loss came against Milan. They had 1.92x goals to 1.01. You know, but okay, it's a Derby della Madonnina, so we'll give Milan a pass for winning against Inter. Their latest victim, Como, can confirm Inter's strength. They lost 4-0 on Saturday. They were very dominant. They were very effective, actually. That's that's what scares me with Inter. They're very, very, very effective as a team. They had 6 shots on target and they converted 4 of them. You know, if they have 6 shots on target against Liverpool, okay, Alisson is under the goalpost. I can get it. I see it. I cannot see any way that they don't succeed against that terrible backline that you as well, you talked about it a bit.
Yep.
Virgil van Dijk at times is like he's lost back there with all these. I don't want to say any bad words about Liverpool defenders, but you get the concept.
I get it. Yep.
And you know what? You know what the icing of the cake is about the cake? The icing of the cake is what is going on in the dressing room with Arne Slot. When your best player, when a Liverpool legend is going out and tears you apart, and you're the Liverpool manager, you have to somehow integrate him into your system, and you can't because it seems that you don't have the ability to control your players anymore. I know that these might be some tough words right there, but I honestly think they're 100% true. So I'm going with Inter. Inter will solidify their top 8 spot tomorrow. What's your take on that, Brad?
I think
Sorry, I
that
got a little bit emotional now.
I think it's a little scary because I think the value on Inter Milan has been zapped, right? They're plus 105 to win this match in American odds. I'm not saying that I don't think Inter Milan can not win this match. You look at the 2 matches that Milan have lost at home this season, and Inter have lost at home this season. They lost to Milan. They lost to Udinese. Both of those matches they dominated. They doubled up Milan in the XG category, and they almost doubled up Udinese in the XG category, and they found a way to lose.
They did.
But it's not me saying I don't think they can win. I just think that if we're value hunting, value hunt is on Liverpool double chance at minus 120. Not that I think it's a bet that I want to take, because obviously I'm on both teams of scoring over 2.5. But I'm just from a sheer value perspective, I think it's on Liverpool double chance. But there's no way, no possible way you will catch me putting hard-earned dollars on Liverpool to do anything positive. Not this Liverpool team, not the dysfunction, not the disarray. It's a Liverpool side
That's 2 of us. That's 2 of us right there.
It's true. It's a bad Liverpool side. It's not that they don't
You
have
took
the
your
talent.
safe way. You took your standard and safe way
Yep.
out of this match. I think,
Exactly.
yeah.
So
I'm with you. I'm with you, man.
I'll be rooting for you. But
You should. You should.
I'm not going to bet it.
When I'm placing a bet against Liverpool, that means
That means something.
well, there's something there. There's something in there for sure.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm still keeping my Inter bet
Okay.
intact. Now that I see that Frosinone are still ahead,
You're still
I'm
winning.
building a bankroll there.
Winning. Listen. We were talking about football. Let's talk about American football, a game that's not played with your foot, which is really funny. But let's talk the NFL.
I was really expecting you to say soccer, but you let me a bit down here.
We're going to talk the NFL. And we're going to go to a game that's played on Sunday. Indianapolis Colts at Seattle Seahawks. And I am taking the Seahawks minus 110, 1.91 on the European decimal odds. First, even with Daniel Jones, I thought it was a tough, very tough spot for the Colts to play. I'm always a believer of cross-country fades. Indianapolis traveling across the United States to go play in one of the most difficult away venues in the NFL. The line ballooned all the way to 10.5, and that is in large part due to Daniel Jones being out for the season because of a suffered Achilles injuries last game. Times are tough for the Colts because their backup, AR-15, Anthony Richardson, is injured. And I don't think he was a comparable backup. So now they're turning to the Duke Notre Dame product, Riley Leonard, who, if you watch their game, is not ready for the big lights. But what's really important about this game is the Colts offense was one of the most efficient efficient offenses in the NFL with Daniel Jones. They're third in EPA per play, second in success rate on offense. You take away Daniel Jones, and what does this team turn into? They already ran the ball at a very significant rate. They had one of the highest, I don't want to say highest pass run rates because that's disingenuous of the actual metric, but their short passing with the extension of their running made them more of a running based team. Now they're going to play against the Seahawks who get to stack the box. The Seahawks are going to stack the box against the Colts and say, Jonathan Taylor, if you are on that field, we're not letting you beat us. It's going to have to be Riley Leonard. And let's not discredit the Seahawks defense. Second in EPA per play, fourth in defensive success rate, third in EPA per play on defense, and first on EPA per play against the run. I am taking the 10.5 with confidence. And then we have to highlight the offense as well. Sam Darnold playing lights out football. And who the heck is going to cover Jackson, Smith, and Jigba? I like this line all the way to 13.5 because I think the number's going to continue to move. I'm playing 10.5.
Mm-hmm. The odds?
The odds. Oh, yeah. The odds minus 110 or 1.91 on the decimal system.
The European.
European, yes.
So, you know what? Usually, every time you analyze an NFL pick, I'll just be laying back, hear your expertise. I don't know, sip some water, sip some whatever I have next to me. No spoilers. But I want to complete something here. You're very right because I happened to watch the Colts against the Jaguars.
Yeah.
Since it was our bet of the day yesterday, Colts to cover a 1.5 spread or so. I
Yep.
don't exactly remember now. And that injury really shake things up. So I'm going for you. I'm gonna bet some money on that. I totally agree with you. I don't back down from things like that, right? Right. I think we should stay overseas
Okay.
for our last full analysis peak of today's episode. I think we should go a bit to the NBA Cup, America's favorite cup. No, it's not. I just came up with it. It's okay. So,
America's newest cup.
America's newest cup. Yes. Yes, true indeed. I think I should trademark this though.
Yeah.
So, I'm going for the Los Angeles Lakers to secure a place to the grand final against the OKC Thunder. Spoiler. That was a spoiler. And I'm going to back the Lakers to cover a 3.5 handicap against the Spurs. It's a really, really value bet. 1.83 in decimal odds. I don't know again what is that in European odds, in American, sorry. I messed it up. But let me explain this. Not that it needs any real explanation. To be fair, if you watched both teams' latest matches. So Wemby's out. I could put a full stop here and move on to the next segment. But listen to this: Wemby's out. Stephon Castle, who is arguably the Spurs, if not number two, he's the Spurs number three player in the first matches of the season, is probably out as well. The injury reports are not encouraging for Stephon Castle's physical condition. Also, you have the X factor called Luka Doncic, or Luka Doncic, as some Americans say. Okay, at this point, I should reveal my second love in the world of sports, which is the Dallas Mavericks, which
Okay.
makes me hurt. It makes me hurt talking about Luka Doncic trying to challenge for another title, but whatever. Okay, so You got Luka Doncic. You got LeBron James, in one of his last big time performances, arguably. It is the perfect chance for Doncic to challenge and maybe win his first title overseas. It is the perfect chance for LeBron James to challenge and maybe win the last title of his NBA career. And to go a bit statistically into the game, you can see that the Spurs are 4-7 against the spread away in the season. And you know what? Which are the two times they covered the spread?
Hmm.
One was against the Portland Trail Blazers, and I think the other one was against the Charlotte Hornets.
Okay.
Tell me about it. Is there any chance the Lakers don't win, the Lakers don't cover the spread, and the Lakers don't secure a ticket to face the OKC Thunder?
I don't think there's a chance. I think the Lakers win and cover. I think the Lakers have a chance to win this game by double digits. Lakers being in LA for this game in a quarter final game. LeBron James is made it pretty clear and pretty obvious. He does not care about stats. He does not care about accolades. All he cares about this season is winning games. But it's not even just LeBron James that I'm worried about. I think that this team with Reeves and Doncic are a well developed team, a team that can go out there and beat the Spurs, who are going to be missing their two most impactful players. So I like
True.
your -3.5 on the Lakers.
I think without Wemby, DeAndre Ayton can finally turn into a prime Hakeem Olajuwon or something.
Yep.
I guess it will be his night as well. All right, so at this point, after we finished our full analysis speak, I must say that you should visit bookmakers.bet and get the best odds for our picks. Also, I would like to remind you that, of course, the odds that we just analyzed are the odds at the time of recording. We are recording on a Monday night or Monday morning for my friend Brad. You will listen to this on Tuesday, so you have to be a bit lenient if the prices change.
Yeah. You know, whatever. We had our fun talking in the nice, controlled, tempered manner so everyone can digest our picks. But it's time for the quick hitters. 5 picks, one liners, in and out. It is the lightning round. And I'm going to go first. Champions League. Dominic Szoboszlai over 1.5 shots. It's 2.00 on the European decimal, plus 100 on the American. Listen, he's over in 6 of his last 8. Only misses coming against West Ham and City. We talked about it earlier. No Salah for this trip. That means he has free reign to shoot, and it also helps that Szoboszlai is the direct free kick taker.
All right, all right. I'm gonna go straight to basketball after that, and I'm gonna go straight to European basketball, and I'm gonna take Valencia to cover a 3.5 handicap against Anadolu Efes at 1.9 odds. Valencia is very hot at the moment with 4 wins in the last 5 games. Efes missing some familiar faces for you in Shane Larkin and PJ Dozier, and they're coming from 3 of the heaviest losses they have the whole season on the road.
I'm going to go with my next pick, and we're hitting the links golf, but we're not at Alfred Dunhill Links. We're at Alfred Dunhill Championship DP World Tour. I'm taking Dean Burmeister, top 10 at plus 240. This is staged in South Africa. What has Burmeister done in South Africa? He has won every event except this one. So I have no problems taking him at plus 240 to win playing back at home.
Well, I'm gonna take our listeners to some more familiar streets. I'm going to the English Premier League. I'm going to the weekend, straight to the weekend. And I'm taking Manchester City to win against Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park, 1.89 odds. Now listen to this. Listen to this. I know that Palace is great at the moment. Palace won last Sunday against Fulham, but 5 of their 7 Prem season wins are away, while City have 3 straight W's. Let's go, citizens.
Oh, okay, okay. I'm going to the gridiron, and we're talking college football. James Madison at Oregon, college football playoffs, round one. I'm taking Oregon minus 21. It is a flat number, minus 110. James Madison, congratulations for making the college football playoffs. Your reward to get your butt kicked by Oregon in Oregon. Oregon's going to win in the
Damn.
trenches. Oregon is going to win through the air, and Oregon is going to win on the ground. It is a total mismatch, and at this price, I have no problems betting the blowout.
We will. And that was the lightning round. Let's calm down. Let's drink some water. And let's summarize what we've just said. So, our first ever 4 full picks were both teams to score plus over 2.5 total goals in Inter vs Liverpool. Also, from the same game, Inter to win against Liverpool. To the NFL, where the Indianapolis Colts are traveling to Seattle to lose by the Seahawks, and the Seahawks to cover a 10.5 spread, 1.91 odds. And last but not least, we're getting LeBron and company to cover a 3.5 spread against the San Antonio Spurs in the NBA Cup. And the rapid fire 5 are in there as well.
So from next week forward, we are going to track everything. That means we're going to track wins, losses, heartbreakers, and all of it. So you guys can know exactly how we're doing.
So we're frozen on it, 3 goals ahead. And since we're just talking about episode 1, you should tell us what sports or markets you want more of. As you've seen, we're pretty much talking about everything: football, NBA, the NFL, underdogs, totals, player props. We can do it all. You can hit us on X, you can hit us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. You can go out of your way and find your verified sports books at bookmakers.bet. All links are in the footer.
And remember, to bet a winner, you got to feel a winner. And to feel a winner, you got to be a winner.
Hey, don't forget to bet responsibly. Till next time, win big. Take care. Bye.